Oh my goodness. Come on. Ho ho! Oh, that was a heck of a going live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Well, we've had fun, haven't we, for the first 20 seconds of this? Oh my goodness. So. Oh my god. So, I did a. Oh, that was probably the most interesting going live I've ever had. So in going live, hang on. In going live, I basically forgot. So, because of everything that's kind of happened, um, I've been testing out this stream every so often, and just running things. And I ran a test. I ran a test, and the test was basically when I go, basically you do this thing. It's called a bandwidth test, where basically you effectively go live, but you don't actually notify anybody when you go live. You just kind of are there. Anyway, I ran a bandwidth test because I was like, just want to make sure that everything's working and everything is fine. Oh, another little internet little hiccup there. Make sure everything's fine. Unfortunately, when I started it, I forgot to switch off the bandwidth test. So I've been speaking for the last 5 minutes on things. Captain Mighty Pants, good evening, my friend. How are we doing? How is Germany? Are you in the middle of a heat wave? Because it is hot here. Like really, really getting. I'm tempted to break lockdown slightly. I mean, we're not under any sort of really. I could probably do this fine, but it's basically my old. I need a fan. I really, really need a fan, and I'm sweating. So I might have to look to get one. But yes, how are you doing, my friend? How is your evening going? I do hope you are okay. I'm doing great, actually, watching soccer right now. Finding a new day for the wedding party. We'll send you over WhatsApp. Yeah, it's really, really hot. Yeah, you've got the football back, which is great. So, Schalke's playing tonight. I don't know who they're up against. I'm assuming if you're... Is it what's your guide back if you're watching it? But yeah, send me over a new date and I'll get the flights changed. Oh, Fortuna. Yeah. I did see it because incidentally the fun thing about Schalke, just very very quickly, the English language Schalke official account, they have Ravi Matondo. Ravi Matondo plays for Wales internationally, and ever since he signed about like 18 months ago. They have been doing this daily Welsh word. And a lot of Welsh people, a lot of Welsh football fans have adopted Schalke as their team. I've actually got some Schalke pens because I bought it at the club shop when I went to WXW because the Oberhausen Mall in Oberhausen has a Schalke club shop. Borussia played yesterday, awful game, 0-0 against Bremen. Is it Bremen doing okay at the moment, or am I getting my seasons mixed up? I know it's pretty much Munich and Dortmund who are the two teams probably. Um, uh, oh yeah, I know Matondo. Actually, Borussia was the second club in line to sign him. Amazing. There's talk of him like signing to Real Madrid, which I think is crazy. But Bremen's on 15th place. Okay, so not as well I I thought, but anyway. Right, Wario Land. Hopefully, we'll complete this tonight. And then we can move on to something else. So I think we've got one more world in this, and then we've got to do the rest. But yes, right. That was concerning. Right. Okay. I think I know I have missed a lot of this game. But they won last week, so they're a bit way up, and because of the point we get, we're now back in fourth place. Oh, you're smashing it this week? I mean, fourth is amazing. That's Champions League or early stage of Champions League. I'm assuming you get four like us. I must admit, it's been quite funny because people have been adopting Bundesliga teams. Oh, that's a tough jump. Okay. That didn't work. Yeah, people have been adopting Bundesliga teams because the Premier League's obviously not bad. Yeah, that's Champions League. No need to qualify. The season's really, really strong. We used to be in the first place for about 5 or 7 weeks. That's... Yeah, I seem to remember that somehow. Not somehow as in you do, but I remember that happening. I think they talked about it on the European podcast, or the European football podcast that I listen to, which is excellent. I haven't listened to podcasts in bloody ages. I'll say that much for now. Right, okay. Halfway through this level already. This game's weird in that the levels are quite short. It is I mean, I say this as a Liverpool fan. This season's both amazing and frustrating because you kind of want to finish it. I mean, there's talk of it finishing, them going back in June. In the winter break. It's Tottenham got Mourinho, haven't they? There was Tottenham wanted to sign Marco Reus, yeah. I heard that. But I mean this with... There must be something down there. Let's have a look. No, there isn't! Yeah, I'm gonna... Right. Yeah, I mean... Yep. It's a weird one, Spurs, because Spurs are kind of like... I mean, they're a... Oh God, where are they in the league at the moment? I don't think they're doing as well as previously, ever since the Champions League final. But yeah, they... I would have thought that's quite... And I mean this with no disrespect. I would have thought that would be quite a bit of a step up. But we love our little German managers. Ever since Klopp. And... fuck. Ever since Klopp and... Tottenham's 8th. See, I have no idea of the Premier League table, except that we are top. But it is what it is. Yeah. I think ever since like lockdown, it's just like don't know. Do not know. But we're kind of interesting in the Premier League in that we don't really have like it's a weird kind of system in that you'll get clubs, you know, you'll get some clubs get like a manager from, you know, oh god, where did I mean I don't know where Wagner came from, but he's at oh he's at a club. I can't remember which club it is, but it's a club in the German league. I don't think they're doing particularly well at the moment. But yeah. Oh, am I in trouble? Have I screwed this up? Wagner is a Schalke trainer. That's why I bloody know it. Ah, crap. Because after all that, we're considered a small team, not in Germany, but in Europe. Yeah, it's... But then again, it's like... I mean, we don't... The weird thing is we don't send our managers abroad. We don't... I mean, we're only really now sending our players abroad. I think Alan Pardew was at Den Haag for a bit. But even then, it's like... You know, very few English managers, with the exception of Roy Hodgson and the guy at Brighton, whose name's Graham Potter, I believe. Very few English managers leave England. We kind of just stay in the UK. Well, I say leave England, I mean UK. But, yeah. Wagner did an amazing job. Steve McLaren. He was a trainer of Wolfsburg. Oh my god! Oh, you should... Mighty Pants. You should... Oh, it's the funniest thing in the world. Right. Two things. I'm gonna explain it. So Google Steve McLaren Iceland and find a YouTube video. It's basically like the Sky... I mean, you have it in Germany. The Sky Sports News. And what it is he so this is really funny, really funny. Yeah, if you Google that, you'll see you'll basically get the clip of just Google Steve McLaren Iceland, and you'll see a clip which is hilarious because it's just so funny. That's his normal voice. He also managed FC20 in the Netherlands. And it's so funny because he puts on... And then Google Steve McLaren FC20 press conference. Because there is a really, really annoying thing. And it can be a British... It can be more of an English thing, particularly an older generation. Where if they're speaking English to like people who, you know, like the... You know... in certain places, they will put on the accent. And he puts on this legitimately hilarious Dutch accent. It's like, you know, it's just so funny. And it's just like, what are you doing? Why are you speaking like that? You don't speak like that. Similarly, Joey Barton, when he played for a French club, did exactly the same thing. He did it in French, and he was just like, he just started speaking. He spoke in English, because the lad, you know, he doesn't speak a word of French, but he just was like, it was so bad. And he was like, you kind of think, it's like, are they mocking me? Is this like a joke? Because this is like... And he was being deadly serious. It was just like he'd gone abroad to play for France, to play in France. Similarly with well, he kind of got known as Steve over here because it was kind of like just mocking it, but it was, and it wasn't like It was just mocking his just really, really stupid accent. Oh, it was so bad. Why is this moving a lot? I don't want to do that. Right. It's so funny. That England getting eliminated was so funny. I mean, it was the greatest tournament of all time, as far as I'm concerned, as a Welshman. That European. The really kind of shitty thing is on Facebook now. I'm starting getting all the memories from that tournament, and it's just like, oh, I wish I was in France. France, Brexit wasn't a thing. I was just gallivanting around France, just making an ass of myself. I just had the fucking time of my life. It's great fun. I was just like, yes, I will have profiteroles. Nobody wishes he was in France. I mean, that's a fucking take France at the moment. Food there is incredible. Ate like a king. Anyway, one of my... I daren't mock him. Right. What are we doing? Who are you? And why can't I kill you? Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. Stop twatting lightning down at me. Can't remember last time oh yeah, I was in Paris for WordCamp Europe. That was expensive. Oh, I think the reason why I enjoyed the Euro so much. Wales basically bossed it. Oh, look at me sneaking Euro 2016 back into a conversation because of course I fucking do. I think the reason why I liked it so much, like, as well as being like amazing time, was the fact is I avoided Paris, which I think is and I don't, you know, I've got a couple of French friends and they're lovely people, but Paris is a fucking weird place. I mean, London's the same. You can't judge France just on Paris because you miss out. I mean, Toulouse is beautiful. Bordeaux is literally one of my favourite places in the world. I think I had the best time in Bordeaux. I was drinking red wine like a... It was weird because so we went to... Here we go. Stories of recent Euro 2016. So, Wales... The day that Wales played, the England game was... Right. There is definitely something in here. Okay. I've never been to Paris. I always wanted to visit Disney World, but we never did it. Never did it yet. You got, you know, you're happily married now. You've got the whole, you know, your whole, you know, the rest of you've got the rest of your life together. So, yes. You'll go. And I think this is one thing. I think one thing that people are going to do is people are focusing on what they want to do with their lives because of everything. Like my mum, who basically doesn't travel, was just like, "Oh, we should go to, you know, we should go to Poland to visit the in-laws." And it's like, fucking hell, Mum, you never go anywhere. It's like, yeah, but I want to go now. It's lovely. We're so close to the 30th birthday, but 2 months later, our foster son moved in and we needed the money, but yeah, we'll do it sometime. Do you know what? I never knew you had a foster son. Well, I mean, that's admirable. I couldn't do that. Right. But yeah, what was I going to say? I mean, Disneyland's not going to go anywhere, is it? Just famous last words, though. We, yeah. What does Monty want? Is she going to pop into the stream? Oh, I think she has. Oh. Boom. Right. So we have the catches bit and we have the American football kind of thing. Oh! So one thing I've been playing recently, which is excellent, is a game called Sea of Thieves. I kind of bought it on release, and now because of lockdown, like all my mates are playing it. So it's a bloody excellent game. Would genuinely recommend playing it. But yeah, a friend of, apparently they've released a new patch today. The patch is 1.1 gig. Oh, he's a refugee. His parents are from... fucking hell, mate. That's so admirable of you. I genuinely couldn't do that. I'd throw my hands up and... But I know the sort of person you are. And that's... you know... That... From what I know about you... You know... That's the sort of thing you do. Right, hang on. His parents were African, but he was raising around. They had to leave around. Government forces all African ministers fuck out against ISIS. They had to leave on a journey. He lost his parents kind of in a... Fucking hell. Jesus Christ, mate. What? But yeah. Well... You fucking legend, mate. You absolute superhero. And I mean that genuinely. The world would be a lot better place if there was more people like you. Especially now, it's like I don't know, it's getting... No, I'm just doing... You're doing a lot more than... Well, I mean, you're doing a lot more than a lot of people, myself included. I mean, it's... Heroes of people in retirement homes and stuff, yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, I would shudder to think what people are going through now with everything. But, I mean... I mean... It's a weird, like... I don't know, I don't like using the word heroes, because... Heroes are used, you know, heroes are often used for people who can be afforded to die, basically. And I know it's a really horrible thing to say, but it's like some like soldiers, NHS, you know, care workers, people like that, you know, people who have fought for other things, and it's just like, but it's a weird, I don't know what I'm kind of trying to say, but I just feel at the moment that people do feel that I don't know. I'm rabbiting. But yeah, you should. I mean, that is something that not a lot of people would do. What you've done, and I absolutely doff your cap to you. But that's the sort of person you are. So you are a wonderful human being. And don't let anybody tell you otherwise. This can fuck off. Thanks, man. Love you. I love you too, man. Cock. Right. Sorry, that was not aimed at you, obviously. But one worked in a retirement home for 16 years. 7 stories he tell you. One person was responsible for some of the debates. That's horrible. Yeah, I mean, it is just a horrible, horrible, you know, horrible, difficult, nasty work. You know, it's, but it needs doing, and they're not paid enough. Well, they're not paid enough in the UK. I don't know how it is in Germany, but in the UK, it's like there's a massive problem because a lot of, you know, they're just forgotten about, and I shudder to think what it's going to be like. How is the UK? How's the UK? Shit. I don't know how much you've heard. It's a fucking mess. But I don't want to say it's so, as you well know, we have a populist prime minister. And right. What's happened? So there's been an incident that has happened in the last. There's a chap by the name of Dominic Cummings, and I'm fucking sick of hearing his name. And what he has done is, so he is one of the people who's in charge of the government strategy. He's also like basically Boris Johnson's right hand man. In that he's his chief advisor. He says a lot, and the argument is Boris Johnson would be crap without him. He's crap with him, but Dominic Cummings is very good at winning elections. He basically helped with the Brexit. He came with the Brexit strategy, and that's how he won that. So yeah, Leave voting, kind of a bit like a Sheldon Cooper kind of guy. Anyway, basically, UK under lockdown, right? Can't go travelling anywhere. He was part of the committee that came up with that as an advice. Right? It emerged last week, like on Friday, that he had, whilst everybody else is under lockdown, and bear in mind, like, people have not been able to go to funerals. People, you know, haven't been able to see families. I haven't seen my mum. Oh, it's probably from me. Yeah. So people haven't been able to see family. I haven't seen a friend in the person since mid-March. I haven't seen my family since any member of my family since the beginning of March. I haven't seen my mum since Christmas. And I'm one of the lucky ones because there are people who have said, well, they haven't seen their, I haven't lost anybody to coronavirus, right? There are people who have lost somebody and couldn't be with them when they died. But everybody was like, kind of like, well, we need, this is lockdown. It sucks, but everything needs to do it. What's happened? Dominic Cummings has basically done a 260-mile trip from London to Durham, whilst the rest of the country was under lockdown. Now, in one of the most brilliant cases of one of the most brilliant cases of journalism I think I've seen in years. They all immediately turned round. Oh, fuck. When this story emerged, everybody kind of said, oh yeah, look, he only did this once and it was fine. Thinking that was a story. They've now since turned around and said, well, actually, he did it twice. So he's done this thing twice. And it's like, well, hang on a minute. If you've done it twice, then you've lied to us. It's like, well, and now it's like, oh yeah, but looking after a child's not a crime and things like that. And it's like, well, it's not. But everybody else, why do you get special dispensation? If they had come around and say, look, he's a member of the government, and or he made a mistake, I did it, but basically they've turned around and said, oh, he did nothing wrong. He should be he's been a good father. He loves his kids. And it's like, well, what you're basically telling to everybody else who hasn't done this with 6 kids is that they're not good fathers. That's going to go over well. So what has happened has been, there has been a complete and utter, it's been a complete and utter shit show. Bear in mind, I think we passed 37,000 deaths. Which Germany's on, what? Couple of hundred? Oh, fucking hell, this is a tough boss. So it's a shit show. And people are kind of turning around because you've got what's happening is this guy has started releasing this app. Now bear in mind, this is not the app that for tracing people once they get better. We have 8,400. I mean, yeah, it's still a lot, and one death's a tragedy, but it's a lot less than the UK. It's a shit show. It is a legitimate shit show. Everybody's turning against the government now. Like 40 members. Bear in mind, this government emphatically won an election in December. So, yeah. And now it's like, so they've got an 80-seat majority, 40 MPs on the Conservative side have said he must go. And it's like, and then the people who are in government said, "Oh yeah, but you just want to see Brexit." Because they always bring it back to Brexit because it's the only thing they've got in their wheelhouse. And it's like, well, no, because you look at the people who are kind of calling for it. A lot of them voted for Brexit. But it's just a fucking mess. It really, really is. It sucks so hard. I'm no fan of Pokemon. Oh, shit. Yeah. The good thing at the moment, though, is we've got the opposition leader. So is a chap by the name of Keir Starmer. And he is excellent. He is so good. He's an ex-lawyer. And he's just really, really smart. You know, and it's just like, yeah, you're really good. Each country with a right-wing population. Yeah. Oh, exactly. It is just right-wing populism. Just doesn't seem to work. Well, it doesn't work because it's usually, you know, built on lies. You know, and when something like a pandemic comes about, then they can't really fight it. Because it's built on lies. That's the truth. It's built on lies. It's not. Ah, fuck off. Yeah. Oh, just got to death. Yeah. Did you hear about the anti-corona demonstrations here in Germany? Where a lot of people who think it's just a conspiracy theory for Bill Gates. We have those here as well. We have we've had those here. I mean, I don't think it's been as bad as I mean, for all of Boris Johnson's faults, and Lord knows you could pretty much write a book on him. He hasn't followed Trump. He does admit that coronavirus is actually a thing. You know. But yeah, there are coronavirus demonstrations here, but my mum kind of half believes them, which is really kind of annoying. She believes, well, because it's just like, oh my god, what are you like? But I think she's just looking for an answer, like, because it kind of scares her. Who would have thought my Brexit supporting mum is against freedom of movement? But yeah, I don't know how bad they are in Germany. Of course, the other thing at the moment, which is really annoying, is that it's so disgusting. I saw a video from Stuttgart. There was an old man in face Janssen his wife because she's in hospital. I know the right. Hang on, sorry. I saw a video from one in Stuttgart. There's an old man with a face mask saying he has to be wiped in 8 weeks because he's not right. There's a guy maybe 40. That's, I mean, yeah, it's just really depressing. It's, I don't know how people think like that. I had somebody come up to me, like put theories out. Oh, fucking hell. I can't get the throw right. Right. Crap. But yeah, it's completely disgusting. I mean, it hasn't reached that level in the UK because we won't just look at on it for news. But the big problem we've got is because of this whole Cummings nonsense. We're in a position now where it's like we need to track and trace up, but no fucker trusts Dominic Cummings, and he built the app because he's an app developer. So everybody's just like, well, I'm not installing it because he just collects data, because that's how we bloody won Brexit. So nobody's going to install the app which he's built, rather than go for, you know, something, lack of a better word, off the shelf. Yeah, nobody trusts this guy, and this is the problem. Nobody trusts anybody in the moment, which is a very, very difficult position to be in when you're in a pandemic. I don't know how you get out of it. Well, you do. The only way out of it is you have a government of national unity. But that means Boris would lose his job, and he won't do that. And you hold a general election probably after it's done. But then you could make the argument. I don't know. Yes! Finally! Oh shit. I mean, that's the most sensible thing. Extend the transition period by 2 years. Have an election. Go from there. But you do it after a government. It's what we did during the war. Sorry, we refer to everything during the war. Only. Right! Parsley, God knows what. Okay, this looks like... Yeah, this looks like the end of a game. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Oh my god! Captain Mighty Pants, thank you so much. Tier 2! Oh, man. That is so generous of you. Thank you very much. I really, really do appreciate it. Fucking, you absolute legend. Enjoy your face of me. And I've got, what's the second one? I think it's progress. Because I kept used to saying it on stream. You're welcome, you deserve it. Oh, you get a little well striking. Oh, mate, thank you so much. First fucking... Do you know what? That's wonderful. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm glad you're having fun with it. Oh, you get the second emote. But yeah, thank you. Um, and I thank you for sticking with it as well, because I know like the last few weeks, it's been a bit hit and miss. Hopefully, we've got it all fixed. Now, and all the problems have stopped. But yeah, thank you. You are literally the most generous man in the world. And you've got a bloody wedding to pay. Well, right. You've got a wedding to pay for. You shouldn't have done. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, right. Where's the door? Not that way. No problem. I've just got a tax repayment. Oh. You lucky. I had my tax bill about 2 weeks ago. Oh, God, how much was it? So, in the UK, we have this thing called PAYE, which is pay as you earn, which basically means that nobody has to. I will say this: one great thing about the UK, they used to say like, the UK is a nation of small business entrepreneurs, generally, and that is really really handy. Although, and it's not necessarily because I'm a business owner. It's not necessarily it's like tax breaks and things like that, although there are a few. But it's just like a lot of the, everything's dead easy in terms of running a company. So we do this thing. So there's a thing called pay as you earn, which I am on, and I've had to learn how to do it, but it's so simple. You just basically, well, it's basically what you say. So, pay as you earn basically means that you don't have to do tax at all in the UK. Where is this? Should we go exploring? You don't have to do tax fills. Yeah. So basically, what you get paid, the tax has already been deducted by the government, and then once a year, they will do a. So once a year, your last pay slip. I can't find this anywhere. Your last pay slip will either be you owe this much tax, or you. So say like if you get a pay rise in the middle of the year, or if you get a pay cut, like if you switch jobs or something like that, there's usually like about a 2 or 3 month thing where it wobbles. But basically, what happens is at the end of the year, you'll either say, "Yeah, you've paid enough tax, cool. We're not expecting anything." You haven't paid enough tax, you get a little bit more money, or or you have to pay a little bit more tax. Anyway, if you have to pay more tax, they kind of like they don't take it all off at once. They kind of deduct it over the next few months, kind of thing. But anyway, so basically, up until I started my business, I never did a tax return. at all. And then I've had to start doing them because you don't get to do it when you're a business owner. You have to actually do your own tax. But even then, it's not that hard. Yes, thank you very much. I do think there are more important things. I've still, you know, and I'm looking forward to your wedding. Right, got that. It is just so easy, though. I mean, this is the thing. It's like, but yeah, my tax bill was this year. How much? Oh, I can't be honest with that. It's about £6,000 ish. But I pay two taxes because there's kind of like two taxes you have to pay if you're a business owner. You pay what is called you pay capital gains. I think it's called capital gains tax, or is it not called capital gains tax? But basically, you pay a tax on your earnings, so it's like income tax. But it's income tax if you're a business owner is at a different rate, slightly lower. But you also pay corporation tax, and corporation tax is your business is tax on your business profits. Now, the way in which Amazon and yeah, how do you pronounce it? Kapitaliststeuer. Apologies, I've just butchered German, as per usual. But yeah, that was really good. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh God. Right. Oh, that's going to be useful. He says as he immediately loses it. Where was I going with this? I always seem to end up talking about tax and politics on here. I don't know why. It's because like some of the people who come in here are or a lot of the people who come in here are kind of like business owner, like people who I know from Manchester and everything. So as a result, we kind of like, you know, are all in the same boat. Right, here we go. Right. You're getting booted up the arse. Off you trot. Yeah, dickhead. So yeah, basically, just to kind of finish that off, and I think I remember what I was talking about. When you're a business owner, like I pay tax on my profits. So tax on the profits of the government, like my business profits, and I also pay tax on myself. Right, is that the end of the game? And the way in which like Amazon etc. go get around it is that they effectively make no profit in the UK. because they have consultancy fees which get paid to Amazon, and I think it's actually an island. And islands at a lower tax rate. It was something I looked into, but it was mainly not necessarily for tax rates, but it's mainly just to keep trading in the EU. But to be honest, I think there's going to be a lot of people. One thing about this Corona thing is I've picked up a lot more EU clients, which is great. Everybody's doing the same trick, yeah. I mean, they've got complicated. I have one accountant. Well, actually, no, I have two. And they're lovely people. And they don't, I'm not one for, abusing the system. I don't, I pay more than enough tax. Well, I don't pay more than enough, but I pay, my fair share. Which is really frustrating at the moment, because basically business owners got absolutely no help, because a lot of people said, oh, business owners, you just, it's a tax swindle. It's like, well, kind of not. I paid like 30% tax on my earnings. But yeah. Anyway, I shouldn't talk bad about Amazon, because considering I'm bloody hosted on Twitch, which is an Amazon thing, but you have to turn the other way, don't you? Right. Progress. Amazon sucks. Yeah. He says as he's bought something off Amazon today. Because he might have get banned yet. Try not to get banned. Yeah, I bought something. It is way too easy. Yeah, especially at the moment. So, my brother's girlfriend turned 30 on. When did she turn 30? Sunday, I believe. No way of seeing her. So I have to basically. It's basically a present off Amazon. Or a gift voucher, but I don't like buying people gift vouchers for presents. I'd rather get them a little something, something, because we don't spend a lot on presents, because I mean, the problem is, it's like, I'm fairly fortunate in that anything that I really want, I can probably, save up and get. I'm fairly fortunate in that respect, so we don't really spend a lot of money on presents. But and things like Christmas is a stressful time, and birthdays and things like that. But what we try and do is we just try and buy just a little something, even if it's just like, oh, and try and buy something that you kind of have to think about. And we don't spend more than about 15 quid on anybody, because we're just like, it's more for, we'd rather spend time with each other. Especially like last Christmas, because like we never spend any time together as like the entire family, because we have not necessarily problems, but it's like, sister-in-law's Polish, and the other one lives in Loughborough, and some people just want to spend time on their own and everything, and to have like everybody together is just really difficult, because everybody's got other commitments and everything. Oh, which way do I jump? I'm assuming leap of faith. There we go. So yeah, I bought her a present. Now the problem is my brother sometimes watches this, so I can't actually say what it is. Oh, this. I could have gone up there if I'd kept my thing. Oh, that worked out. Bum bum. Oh, cock! I get when you spend too much for presents on family. Last year, I shot Foster some got the new Apple AirPods and also a voucher. That's way too much. I think it's different for kids. I know it was different when we were younger. But how old is a 19-year-old kid? But I don't know. I mean, I mean, I've never been one. I'd rather do things with people. So like, when I was with my ex girlfriend at the time, she'd just come off a car accident, so she was kind of like, um, she wasn't working, so she didn't really have much money. Um, and I was just like, you know what, let's go on holiday. I'll pay for it, kind of thing. You know, because it was a present for her. Don't get me wrong. We did more things. I mean, we did a couple of things that I wanted to do, but a lot of the things we kind of did was what she wanted to do. Um, but we were also like, we had similar interests. So, like, oh yeah, we're gonna go and watch the rugby. It's like, cool. Watching the rugby in Cardiff. I remember me about 6 or 7 years ago. Yeah, yeah, because you never get everything that you totally want, do you? But now it's like, I mean, it doesn't really help that my parents are really bad at buying me presents at the moment as well, because they just don't know what to get me. Um, but then my brother's exactly the same. Just don't know what to get him. And he's like, well, one of my best friend, well, my best friend in the world. He's like the one guy I can ring and just be like, right, I need to sort my head on. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, to be fair, my parents were kind of wealthy. Don't know, my mother was just a master painter and then a shitload of money. Yeah, we were never, we were never really well off as a family, but I mean, God grief, my mum tried. Oh, that is a really tight jump. Really tight. I think that jump is going to be easier as a small Wario. Hey, how goes it? Binary Badger, good evening, my friend. How are you doing? Oh, thank you for your gifts. He does an important service on the Discord channel, Just Binary Badger. In that he posts gifts of what day it is, so people remember. Oh, I'm good, man. How are you? Thank you for popping in. How's your week been? Sorry there was no stream on Monday. So Monday, it's this fucking jump, isn't it? There we go. Right. Um, you'll know this. You may know this Binary Badger, but Captain Mighty Pants maybe not. My brother got an Atari and a C64. I had 3 Game Boys and a PlayStation, so I wasn't missing anything at all when it came to technical stuff. Yeah. I mean, we got computers generally about 2 years after they came out. So my first computer was in 1992, and it was a Commodore 64. Glad you continue to enjoy them. I'm doing alright. Currently giving that folding keyboard dimension a try with a Kindle Fire sampler. Amazing. So, I mean, that's really beautiful. That's an amazing keyboard. How's it working? Because how do things like that work? I don't say how do those things work because I know how the keyboard works, but just how does it, you know? Because I imagine, like, if I remember correctly, which you'll probably correct me, Amazon's built on Android. Is it? So I'm assuming if you got a keyboard plugged in, there's a lot of things here. Oh, for fuck's sake! You're watching me. I'm assuming you've got a keyboard plugged in. The on-screen keyboard doesn't pop up. Is that correct? Are you using a Bluetooth? So what? I'll. So I have this. My favorite Bluetooth story. I have a. So when I worked in town, or when I was working in town, we were quite close to the Manchester, the GMAX, which is like a conference centre in Manchester. It's a beautiful building. Very expensive to rent out because I've acquired for a couple of things. Anyway. Oh, Binary Badges, thanks for the host. The on-screen disappears correct. It switches to a different mode. It still has text prediction. Technology, man. I genuinely don't know how that would have worked, but obviously it does. Yeah, Bluetooth story. Right. So my Bluetooth phone, we live quite close to Manchester Central, aka the GMAX, depending on how old you are. And we have I used to name my phone, and I still do. So the GMAX is where the Conservative Party have their conference every single fucking year. I named my phone every 2 years. Which of you cunts voted for Brexit? And it used to get picked up like within the, because my Bluetooth range would be the conference, and I'd just be like, I just would find it so funny if people were browsing. Oh fucking hell! It works well. I've used a wireless onboard via OCG pattern array. Ah, right, dead. Oh, we lose our baseball mate. They have a conference in the same place every year. Oh no! I tell a lie. They move between 2 venues. And I don't know where the other one is, but I know there's one in Manchester. And my phone thing is which of you cunts have voted for Brexit. I'll leave Bluetooth. So if you're in my vicinity, which would be a wonderful thing, because I would. I love making wireless things, not the feds. Oh, do you know what's really funny? Disappeared round me. There is a wireless. There is like a Bluetooth thing called 5G coronavirus testing tower, which is fucking hilarious. I take it you have an iPhone. I don't have an iPhone. I have an Android. Samsung Galaxy. A few years now. 7. I took the plunge a couple of years back. Okay. Right, what do I do here? I took the plunge a couple of years back. And... Oh, can I? What can I do? Oh, Bluetooth scanning off is supposed to be. Oh, that made a mistake. Yeah, I've Bluetooth scanning on. Probably going to cause a few issues. I saw an interesting video online today about privacy. I'll put it in the Discord. Whew. Right. I'm currently making a switch due to Apple supporting their phones for 5 years, where Pixel only gets an update for 3. Oh, fuck off. What do you do here? There we go. I thought about change too, but the problem is I got all my data on Google. Like, they probably know everything about me, to be honest. I don't want to miss that. Yeah, I shudder to think how much Google got me. I'll tell you something very interesting I found out about Google. I tweeted about this today. They do this thing where apparently, if you put your credit card details and your credit card expires, they're allowed to update it to your new credit card. Happened today with my because I have a Google credit card. I have my credit card on Google for Google Suite and Google Apps API. They can do it automatically. And I was like, can they do that? And apparently they can. So the green hue of the OG Game Boy brings back such warm feelings, barely memories, but definitely emotions. Yeah, I mean the warm feelings I get are basically from sitting in direct sunlight to actually see the bloody screen. Yeah, I shudder to think how much Google have got on me. I mean, that's one good thing about an Apple. Apple seems to have more privacy. Right! Okay, who are you? And why are you rubbing a lot of this? Right, this... Okay, you're a last boss. Ah, right, okay, I think I've got it. So basically, you have to throw it so the lamp lands facing up. So that you can jump on the clouds to go up. and jump on his head. I'm not moving to Apple services either, though. I mean, I trust you. I trust your opinion. You're like I would say you're either number 1 or number 2 in the most scariest person I know in terms of data. Oh, fuck off! I'm way back here. I'm always Also, I'm now a new able to use one major player in my life. I used to have the Huawei 9P, now I switched to Samsung. To be honest, it's by far not as good as Huawei, but like Google, I don't want to use it. Yeah, can be tricky. I cancelled something today. I was dutifully impressed, because usually I'm one of these people who pays for things and then forgets I still have them. And oh crap! Right, I'm going back down because I can get one of these. Yeah, I'm the same as you. If I can't, one of my friends, who's a coder, he's like ridiculous because he will just like say, "Oh, just use this on a code, use this on it, use this on a project, use this on a project, use this on a project," and I'm like, "Oh God, I hope there's something." I think there is. And I'm like kind of turning around and going, one at a time. Only change one thing at a project on a time. Don't change everything because you have like to learn it and everything. But he's like, yeah, let's do this, and you like build it with loads of other things. I've got to wait for the Pixel 4a, but I know I stopped getting updates of 3 years. Just saw the Pixel stop getting updates, even though it was fine. I only use a phone every day that's not getting ready security patches. That's, yeah, obviously. I'm a weak coder. I've lost the general knowledge of working. So would you be able to update your own phone when you say that? Like with I mean, would you be able to patch it yourself? Is that what you? Oh, did it? I just bought 2 programming books over the weekend. There's no starch at MMO. Just have what are the programming books? Not NPM. I mean, NPM's not programming, but it's fucking ridiculous. Right, that's WarioWare done. I think. But a custom comp project is integrated into the updates. And we get a statue of the princess. Why? I have no idea. Wait, are they working together, Mario? I'll post it to Discord in a few minutes. Cool. Did Mario just nick his trophy? Language is Python and PowerShell. Oh, there was an argument today. I'll talk to you about it a bit, about Python. It's ridiculous. Oh, Genie's a good guy now. Or a bad guy. Is he a bad guy? Yeah. I'll do it after I watch this. There is a story. So basically, the genie's so this is why we have to collect all the money. I, I wanted a genie in my life only once. Is that a genie? I apologise. I don't know. I think that's a genie. Yeah. I don't know what I'd wish for if I had a genie. No, don't worry about it. I get confused. I get confused occasionally. So I get my castle. The gin is the original average. Oh, we get a birdhouse because we didn't collect that many coins. Oh, Bechard. That's Wario Land. I didn't like that as much as the previous games. I think that was probably the weakest one we've played so far. But it was alright. I would wish for money, because that solves a lot of problems. Surely not a lot. Oh, the D is silent. Gin. Well, I wish for gin all the time. I've got a gin here. I've got 2 gins. There you go. Very good Brits would have. There we go. That is my bottle of gin. Right. Don't know what I wish for. I don't know if I'd wish for money. I'd wish for health, and I'd wish for happiness. Assuming everything else is the same, I think I'd wish for health and happiness. Like, I don't know. Yeah, very quickly, before I touch on what you've just written, Mighty Pants, that I will get back to it because I wanted to mention it. Python, yeah. The shitty thing that happened today. So somebody did a... Python's used a lot in digital marketing to kind of automate things. Because it's kind of... I think it is a programming language, but it's more of a scripting language, and it's quite easy to read and everything. So you'll pick it up dead quick. And people have started using Python to kind of automate things for digital marketing and kind of like analyze big data and things like that. Anyway, this lady did did a presentation online sharing tips, 20-minute presentation, tips to help automate your workflow using Python, things like that. It's a programming language. Yes, scripting language. Yeah. I joke. Oh god, now I feel like a fucking incel. It's a programming language, right? Yeah. So what she did the thing, and it was just like, and this guy was like, "I'm really angry because these tips are really, really." No, not scripting. I won't get into. Yeah, I'll admit defeat on this. Do you want to say this outside, sir? No. Yeah, and she got absolutely slated because she's a woman on the internet doing programming, and it's really, really shit. Luckily, enough people kind of jumped to her aid because it was actually like a really good presentation, but it fucking sucked. Fucking sucked. Horrible, horrible, horrible thing. Right, speaking of that horrible thing, Terrace House got cancelled after the death of Hana Nakamura. Very, very sad. I actually... Shitty thing, I was not familiar with Hana Nakamura. So this is a... Yeah, people do suck. Hana Nakamura was a Japanese wrestler who appeared on a show called Terrace House, which was again, another example how people suck. And she got cyberbullied, and she is no longer with us. So we had it was quite nice actually. We do a thing every couple of Tuesdays. We have a wrestling watch along where we will all pick a match, and the match will be a theme. And last week, it was yesterday, and everybody picked a match, and there's like 5 of us, and we spend an evening just watching wrestling. It's great fun. And the theme this week was hidden gems, and everything was really, really different. And one of the person who came on last, the person who got the last pick because it's randomizer, picked the Hana Kimura match, which I'll put in the Discord because it was quite good fun. But yeah, that really sucked. And the worst thing is like a lot of people who were involved. You know, that's a really fun night. You know, and we picked the Hana Kimura match. My match was Bret the Hitman Hart versus Mr. Perfect in which one? King of the Ring 93, which is an excellent match, better than a SummerSlam match. You should follow Jens Herforth on Twitter. It's a German account, but he's called the Ginfluencer. Awesome. To be honest, right, I got this. Talking about alcohol, you should see. I'll send you a picture and post it on Discord. I got this 30th birthday, right? I don't know if you can see that. Just having a wee look. Shouldn't put alcohol on Twitch stream. I'm gonna get banned. It's still sealed. Haven't touched it. Haven't touched a drop. I've got so many weird bottles of alcohol here. German friend got me. You'll know this, Captain Mighty Pants. Berliner Luft. Schnapps. Yeah, when she came over from Berlin, she got me a bottle of that. Yeah, that stuff. Again, haven't opened it. Known her for 3 years. Known her not quite as long as you. I've known you, Mighty Pants, but it's horrible. Don't drink it. Yeah. If you want something not to drink, my brother went to China. Ooh, right. I have no idea what that is. But when he went to China, he brought me back that. Right? So there's only 2 things I understand on this label, and that is 100% milliliters. It looks like absinthe. I don't know what color it is. The bottle's green, so I don't know if the liquor's green. The liquor looks clear. 100% milliliters and 56% vol. So I've got that. What else have I got whilst we're here? Right. Can you tell I'm filling time? So my Polish, not my sister-in-law, but their parents, when they came over to visit. When did they come over to visit? They came over to visit last Easter. It was a wonderful time. Great fun. We spent a weekend in Brighton. That was fun because my brother. What did my brother do? Yeah, my brother worked for a company that worked away a lot, and he collected points for the hotels and basically booked in the hotel a lot of things. So basically, over the course of Easter weekend, booked about 4 rooms at hotels. And booked like an entire row of because basically there was like 4 or 5 rooms in the hotel. Didn't pay a single penny for them. Booked one for everybody. Anyway, when they came over, they gave me that. That is, I think, cherry liqueur. Polish cherry liqueur. They bought me 2 bottles of it. Put it this way, probably take my fucking ears off. Have you all seen any of the videos from the Try channel doing drinking? Irish people try America's strong alcohol. No, I haven't. Although I'd be probably more interested to see America's people try America's strong alcohol, because every single Irish person I know, and I mean this with the greatest of respect, is an absolute fucking pisshead. I'll try that. I love red liqueur. Well, put it this way: if I'm allowed to sneak alcohol into Germany when it's your wedding, I'll bring a bottle of it over, because I've got 2 and I haven't fucking touched it. I'll probably be about 3 years old by the time. Well, it'll probably be about 7 years old by the time you get married, thanks to bloody coronavirus. I don't already know the American trying German sweets and stuff now. And we got a deal. Yes, first deal between the EU and the UK. It's amazing the American liquor got them sloshed. Well, I mean, I don't know. When I've seen, and do you know what? You're gonna get full screen me.
There we go.
Because I need to fix this, but never mind. I need to fix this, but never mind. It's amazing the American liquor got them sloshed. I wouldn't be surprised with that. To be perfectly honest. I'll post a couple of faves. They have a very funny crew. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Irish people just have a great sense of humor. I mean, I'm always surprised. Like, I did find, and we've got all this to fucking look forward to. I did find that when last time I went to America, I found the food. Your sound is doubled now. Oh, am I echoey? I am echoey. 1 second. Oh, am I echoey? I am echoey. 1 second. Thank you very much. Is that any better? I hear you 2 times. Yes. Is that any better? Oh, my chat's working. So, okay, right. What was I going to say? I cannot remember. Yeah. So, there was a story. I was in the middle of a flow and I can't remember it. Oh yeah, when I last went to America, I did find that the food there made me ill. So I'm wondering if the alcohol, because European food standards is a lot higher than American food standards, and I did find the food made me ill. So I'm wondering if the alcohol maybe have made them ill, because they're used to Irish whiskey and Irish alcohol, which is probably brewed at a lot higher quality. Not saying that everything is not brewed at a higher quality. You know, there is some good food. I doubt it. Okay, that was just maybe an observation, because I know Irish people fucking drink. At this time, we had this not the last. Oh my god, the last time we were over there, I was speaking at a conference, and we had a really kind of nice sit down meal the day before, and oh my god, they have eaten plenty of American food. Okay, I'll trash American food too. Yeah, makes me ill. Right. Yeah, the last time I went to Ireland, I just drank so much, and I was around people who were drinking me under the table. I could fucking drink, but they fucking hell, Jesus Christ! Thankfully, I was speaking on a Sunday afternoon rather than Sunday morning, because if I was speaking on a Sunday morning, I wouldn't have spoken. I'll tell you that much for now. Right. I think I am going to end it there, because it's kind of like a nice place. We finished Wario Land. I need to go to Ireland. You should. Ireland's a fucking wonderful country. Love it. I think it is excellent. I am a huge fan, and I want that may be one of the places I go. Between Ireland and probably Germany are going to be the 2 places I'll probably hit first. Thank you for the stream, and we need to do a UK wide trip one time. Yes, we do. Hopefully, when this is all over, I will get planning on something. Who is streaming? Who is streaming? Okay. Definitely to apply for Irish citizenship. Yeah, I'd be lucky. Killer Kelly is. She's doing the Killer Kelly reads thing. What's her raiding thing? I can drop you off in there. Although I don't follow her. I'll be back to the UK at some point once this is over. Yes. You should come back. What's the stream name? Killer Kelly. Right, let's go and see Killer Kelly. Right. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody, boys and girls. I'll leave you in with the dulcet tones of Killer Kelly, reading some horror. And I will see you all very, very soon. Take care. Good night. Oh, yeah, before I go, will she pronounce my name right? That will remain to be seen. Thank you very much.
What's that? Cried the old woman, sitting up quickly. A rat, said the old man shakily. A rat. It passed me on the stairs. His wife sat up in bed listening. A loud knock echoed through the house. It's Herbert! It's Herbert! She screamed. She ran to the door, but her husband was there before her, and catching her by her arm, held her tightly.